What's going on, guys? Webster Style, Brian Saff, another NRW checkpoint. That's right, we're back. We took off last week, but we're back with a plethora of, I would say, new games. But Brian, it seems like this week is dominated by remakes and HD collections and anniversary editions,
I
or
would say
sequels.
yeah.
Interesting, very, very interesting. First up is a game that I think I've talked to you about before in reference to a while ago. I remember bringing this game up on the show in reference to another game we were talking about, and it is El
Okay.
Shaddai Ascension of the Metatron. This is the HD collection. So I think I told you it came out. It put it out on PC a while ago, but now they're finally bringing it to Switch. They
Mhm.
need to make it backwards compatible for Xbox, like straight up. But because it was just a really beautiful game and really cool. But El Shaddai, originally released in 2011, is unique third-person action adventure filled with a deeply artistic world, building outstanding aesthetics and thrilling battles. Experience an incredible mix of 2D-like platformer action and a colorful 3D world in an exceptional setting. So we are watching the trailer for that one.
Okay, cool. I'm down.
Okay. Next up, we have another anniversary
Yeah.
Braid anniversary edition. I can't believe this came out originally in 2008.
Really?
Yes.
Why they do it? Oh well, anniversary. Okay.
But the fact that this came out in this was
Yeah.
Braid was one of those games that was like, if you thought Xbox Live Arcade, it was Braid. Like Braid was the poster child for the sort of arcade renaissance of direct-to-consumer, digital only as well, of that generation. And it was like a one-man team. I think his name is Jonathan Blow or something like that.
By itself?
Yeah. If I remember correctly, I may have my stories mixed up, but I remember correctly, it was a one-man team that did this game, but control the flow of time to solve subtle platform puzzles in this update of the indie classic. Braid, featuring refreshing artwork and seriously in-depth creative commentary. Travel from a city house through a series of interconnected worlds where time behaves strangely, searching for an elusive princess. Along the way, you'll explore memories and regrets that still haunt you. This anniversary edition remaster of the award-winning platformer contains fully repainted high-resolution graphics, new sound effects, and extensive audio commentary. And this is literally out for everything. If you can download and play a game on it, you can download it. PC, Linux, Mac, all consoles, Android, iOS. It is there. It is literally everywhere. So if you want to check out Braid Anniversary Edition, you can play it on whatever device you're playing on.
Good.
All right. Next up, we have Front Mission 2 Remake, and that's on the PS4, 5, Xbox One, S, and X. A classic tactical RPG returns. The second game in the main Front Mission storyline is finally available outside of Japan for the first time. Front Mission 2 Remake blends intense strategy with a deep and involved storyline. 12 years have passed since the second Huffman conflict. The impoverished People's Republic of Alodesh have been suffering a severe economic decline ever since the war ended. In June 2102, soldiers of the Alodesh army rise up and, led by Vera McCann, declare independence from the OCU, Oceania Cooperative Union. So that sets up the story there.
Okay.
Are you familiar with the Front Mission?
I feel like I've heard it before. I'm pretty sure if I was to see like a picture or something, some kind of video, but it sounds familiar.
Okay. Yeah,
I like tactical RPG, so
I've heard of them, but I didn't realize they had never been, at least those two games hadn't come out of Japan before. So maybe the later editions came out and then now like, oh, let's go back and bring the new ones over, or the old ones over as remasters,
Right.
So that's how it is. All right, let's Front Mission 2 Remake. Next up, we have another sequel And this is Endless Ocean Luminous.
Oh, I
Endless
have heard of
Ocean's
that game
Luminous
before.
is an adventure simulation game developed by Eureka and published by Nintendo for Nintendo Switch. As the third game in the Endless Ocean series, Luminous marks the first installment since 2009's Endless Ocean 2, Adventures of the Deep for the Wii. So that's a long time, man.
Yeah.
Similar to previous entries, the player takes the role of a scuba diver tasked with encountering and documenting marine life. Additionally, the game features online multiplayer that allows groups of up to 30 to explore together. Now, that's the cool part.
You're right. 30 people. All right now.
Yeah. And of course, you need I think you need the online plus Nintendo tier, like the higher tier, to do that.
Oh yeah, Nintendo online.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I forget what it's called, the booster pack or whatever it's called. Okay.
Okay.
And obviously that's only on the Switch.
Right.
Next up, we have Indika, and this is on the PC. Play a third-person story-driven game set in alternative Russia at the end of the 21st century. No, it's the 19th century. My Roman numerals are screwed up, but it's 19th century, where religious visitors clash. I can't read today, man. Religious visions clash with harsh reality. Indika tells the story of a young woman who sets off on a journey of self-discovery with the most unusual companion by her side, the devil.
Oh,
right.
Interesting.
Yeah. That's the perfect response. Oh,
yeah.
Really? All right.
Expecting to see him. Okay.
It's like the old Dana Carvey skit, Church Lady. Could it be Satan?
Well, the answer is yes in this regard.
Yes, and we are watching a trailer for that, so definitely okay, what is this about?
Yeah.
Last but not least, we have the newest installment in the MotoGP series, MotoGP 24.
I believe it's still going on.
Yeah, look, I think we talked about this last year, the year before, and I think this is like a really big international sort of thing, because I don't see, if it is a big thing in America, that would shock the hell out of me. But I feel like this is more of like a European sort of staple motocross racing GP. So, but rev up your engines. MotoGP 24 is back. Dive into the heart-pounding action of the 2024 season and immerse yourself in the thrills of unexplored landscapes, all thanks to revolutionary riders market. So, all right, so that's all the games this week. Let's start with the trailers. First up, we have El Shaddai, Ascension of the Metatron.
Come on, Enoch. Time to get back. All is as Lucifer has shown.
And this is based off of the story of Enoch in the Bible.
It was various shards of God's wisdom were stolen. The Semyaza's betrayal was uncovered. But by then, he, together with the Grigori he led, had already fled.
Perfect for the Switch.
Yeah, I really, like when this game came out on 360 and I played it, it was such a different experience than anything I played before.
Okay.
The art style is just beautiful. It made you want to continue to explore and go from level to level. And even how they changed, kind of like it was a over the shoulder to like I say Devil May Cry sort of thing. And then sometimes they went to that sort of side scrolling platforming battle system. And the voice acting was just top notch, as well as the music, as you can hear in the trailer. So I think Switch owners are definitely in for a treat. I really enjoyed this game back in the day.
Yeah, that looks dope. I'm actually interested.
Yeah, I think it's like $20 or something like that. I may be wrong.
Okay. Good price point. I like that.
All right. Next up, we have MotoGP 24.
Which this definitely has to be more real.
When you think you know all the tracks, but you don't. When you have friendly bonds, but then the lights go out. When you think you're the first, but it's not over yet. When you know reality has rules, but rules are meant to be broken. It only happens in MotoGP 24.
Okay.
Yeah. What I expected.
Yeah, exactly what we expect is motorcycle racing. And again, I'm not knocking anybody who is interested in this, but it just doesn't. I'm hoping that this is not a game that takes a lot to produce.
It couldn't. If they
we say that, but
yeah.
we look at Madden and I don't know, but for those fans that continue to buy it every year, I know they're excited. I know they're happy.
Yeah.
So that's MotoGP 24. And last but not least is Indika.
Let me tell you about Indika. Who is she, you ask? Well, she's a nun. A rather plain one, if you ask me.
She's played all right.
She prays a lot. Works hard. Really hard. Goodness. She even finds some time to chat with, what do you call it? Chot. Poor girl. Of all the boring places, why do you want to go to heaven?
You heard about it? They say it's great.
Okay.
Yeah, I know it took a little turn towards the end, man.
yeah, okay. Definitely has my interest peaked.
Yeah,
it looks good.
It does. I don't know what's going on in that game, but I guess that's why I'm interested, because what happened? What was that?
Right, exactly. I just think of his little, Satan on her shoulder talking to her, whispering in her ear.
Crazy.
Yeah, it was. So that's it for our trailers. Brian, what's going on with you? Well, Brian, you got a lot going on this week, but tell us what's going on with you this week.
Yes. So I'm getting ready to head out. Going to Lovers and Friends Music Festival.
5 stages.
Weekend. What happened?
5 stages?
Yeah, man. 5 stages, one day. I don't know, over 30
Wait a minute. All that happens in one day?
One day, Webster.
Wait a minute, what?
That's what I'm saying. How can we do it all? I'm gonna figure it out. It's gonna be a lot of running back.
I didn't realize it was one day.
Yeah, it's literally like the set times, at least for the people who aren't headlining, it's like enough time for them to perform their hits and like get out the way. So I'm like, we'll see how this fares, but should be a good time. I love music festivals, so I'm used to it. 5 stages, yeah. I wasn't expecting that this year. I was hoping they would just spread it out, make it a 2-day thing, and we, can rock. But it is what it is. I'm about to enjoy it. Outside of that, I'm getting ready to. I'm planning for another episode of Talk+Play Blurred Pod. Just put one out recently. We talking about all the beef that's been going on. The Drakes and the Kendricks and the Chris Browns and the Quavos of the world. There's a lot going on.
Quavo took an L.
I don't know. You know what? I wasn't expecting Quavo to return the way he did, but I was satisfied. I'll say that.
Look, Chris Brown, you would not have thought he was a singer with what he put out.
Right, exactly.
So
that's the draw.
The fact that he came that hard, there's nothing Quavo could do. Sorry.
But try, yeah. But yeah. So since my episode came out, Kendrick has decided he was ready to respond. Got to talk about how amazing that Euphoria track is, among some other things. So I'm, there's a lot going on. I'm gonna be traveling most of from now or a couple hours from now to next week. And then when I get back, I'll do what I can to get something out. But I don't know. Don't hold me to nothing. I'm busy. How about yourself? What you got?
It's a lot going on. Too much. Dropped the interview with the blonde bombshell herself, Victoria Vale, on yesterday at the time of this recording. Tomorrow I'm dropping an interview with Hanif, who's one of the co-founders of Otaku Noir Collection subscription box. So that's dropping. That's this week. I'm still.
You said who's the person that
Hanif?
Is he's the founder?
He's one co-founder.
Okay, because I keep seeing that the Otaku the box, like the subscription box, keep coming across my timeline. I'm inching closer to getting it. I don't know. I like what they putting out, so I'm interested. Okay, that's cool.
Interview drops tomorrow. Got a bunch of interviews in the can. Going to Philly, not Philly. I keep want to say Philly Fan Fest, but Fan Expo Philly used to be Wizards World. Popping up to that this weekend. They gave me press passes, so I'm gonna get some content up there, interview some people, hopefully. And I'm still working on some things with the podcast. I'm sorry. Also, we have a new lifestyle correspondent, Ren. Her first episode of Ren's Playtime Corner dropped this past Monday. Got to plug her definitely. So she went to a Philly lifestyle meet and greet. So we're going to see more from her on the channel as well. A lot going on Webster Style right now, but you know where you are. You are not with Webster Style. You are not with Talk+Play blerdcast. You're with Nerds Rule the World. Make sure you follow us on all our socials, on Instagram at New Release Wednesday, on Twitter or X or whatever it's called at the NRW, and of course you're currently on YouTube. So make sure you like, you share, and subscribe. Yeah.